Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we have a Honda CR-V. This is, I forgot the year actually, but one really cool thing about this customer is this was actually one of my very first customers. So far back that I actually lost his warranty. I couldn't find the record for us doing this, but I 100% remember the customer and remember doing the job. So this has been at least 5 years. You could see kind of the striations on where I sprayed it. You know, the light's still getting out, but you can see obviously this area right here is blocking it. But I'll do a 400, 600. It'll be just as fast. It's actually easier to redo these because I already removed the original clear coat, and the clear coat that I applied is a lot easier to remove. This side, same thing. But you can distinctly tell, because even though this looks like a 2K clear, see how it's kind of like chipping? Well, it's not chipping, but it appears like it's chipping. It is much, much different than the 2K clear. So, much easier. So, shouldn't take more about 20 minutes. Let me notate the time. It's 8:20, so let's do it. Alright, so, like I said, we're starting at 8:21. Let's get this thing taped up. Hope you guys are in good spirit. I've been having quite a few people, I don't know what it is, but I have a few people reaching out to me, just giving me status updates on their business and how well they're doing, and it makes me so happy to see them, or it makes me so happy to have contributed in any way, shape, or form to those getting in the business. So for that, any viewers, loyal viewers, people who are in the business who have used any piece of advice from me, I am grateful for you guys, and I'm so happy that you guys are doing good, because it's such a rewarding business. And you know, I don't like being like cliche and being, oh, you know, leave your 9 to 5, and you know, it's not like a get rich quick scheme or anything like that, but I don't like to use that terminology, but it's not like a get rich quick kind of business to be in, but it's a get rich comfortable kind of business. And what I mean by that is, whenever you're first starting, like for me when I first started, my goal was to make more than what I was making at my day job, or at least enough to cover the bills. Whenever I first started, I was like, all right, how much are my bills a month? And then how much do I need to make to be able to cover that? And it was more so, how many headlights do I need to do? And this is actually a good formula for you guys to use if you are considering getting into the business. Add up your bills, find out what you pay a month, divide that by whatever you're going to charge to do headlight restoration, and then obviously add an extra, you know, $1,000 or something like that. I'm going to be, just because it's a little humid, I'm going to be wiping the camera every now and then, just because it'll get a little foggy. But anyway, when I first started, I was like, all right, I need to do 3 a day. I want to do at least 3 a day. Two a day is fine. It's $180 a day. But $270 a day was good, Monday through Friday. And that was my goal. And you can reverse engineer everything. If you're like, okay, I'm getting X amount from yard signs, I'm getting X amount from referrals. And once you find the formula on what's getting you business, you go deep as you can on that method. So if it's yard signs, you have more money to invest, put more money in the yard signs. But anyway, I'm kind of digressing. So for me to do those 3 jobs a day, it only took me a few hours. So when I was talking about earlier, get rich comfortable, you know, you're not stressed doing this. It's not like a 9 to 5. It's not like you have a boss to answer to. You don't have like a crazy like work day. So for me, it's like, if you're one of those, you know, obviously you want more time to yourself, you want to be able to kind of live more freely, this business is for you, because you go out, you do 3 jobs, shouldn't take you more than a few hours factoring in drive time, and you know, you make your money. Now, one thing that I can say, whenever you're in this business or you're taking the leap, that I had to learn the hard way, is managing your money. So just like with a traditional job, obviously you get paid bi-weekly or weekly or whatever like that. It comes in one lump sums. With this, you're getting cash every day. So it's very easy to be like, oh, you know, I'll just go out and I'll spend it on the ride home. So that is one piece of advice that I can give you if you're venturing into it. Make sure you are disciplined with your finances. But yeah, that's what I was talking about, get rich comfortable. It's not like, you know, I could do this all day. Like, you could choose to do 4 a day, you could choose to do 10 a day. My sweet spot is between 4 and 5, because it just gets too hot, and it's not super needed. I mean, I don't have to go out here and do, if I control the schedule and you have a bunch of people reaching out to you, you don't have to do them all in one day. You can do 1 a day if you really want to. That's your choice, and as it is, as it should be. So, for those of you who are in the business that have watched me for a long time and learned from me, I am very proud of you guys, because I know that feeling. Alright, just like that. So that was, what, 7 minutes, and it's already good to go to 600. So that's what's great about this. And people ask, or people comment a lot saying it's not going to last, you know, no restoration lasts, and it's going to fade soon, blah blah blah. I guess it's not obvious. No headlight restoration lasts forever. It's a clear coat that's going on the headlight, just like the car's paint. It's not going to last forever. So the key features that you want are efficiency, how efficient it is to restore the light, and how easy it is to restore the light when it's time to redo, and obviously how long it'll last. You don't want to have to do this every other month. So that's kind of the point that I make whenever people say those kinds of things. It's like, alright, you know, this guy's got warranty, it only took me 7 minutes to, roughly 10 minutes of light is what it's going to take from start to finish. Whereas if you're applying a 2K clear, it's going to be a huge pain. Alright, so we are good to go. Good to move on. But yeah, the reason why I say that I only like to do 4 or 5 a day is because it just gets so hot out here, guys. That's the one bad thing about doing restorations, especially in the summertime. It is just killer. Like last weekend, we worked on a Saturday, and Hunter came with me, and I had a customer who had 5 vehicles they wanted done, and I guess they were like an owner of a duplex, a few duplexes, and I guess they were just going around saying, hey, you know, I'm getting my headlights restored. I'll stop the camera really quick just in case. I hope I didn't make it worse. But anyway, they wanted 5 done, and some of them difficult. One of them was a Ford Explorer, and if you're in the business, you know any Fords are really difficult to do because the clear coat is very stubborn. But I had Hunter come with me, and Hunter's worked in the sun pretty much all his life since he started working. So for him to say, when he says, hey man, we need to take a break, it's too hot, that's how I know. I'm like, alright, it's dang hot out here. Uh-oh. Where was my blowers? Did I take them out? Retro. I know I didn't take them out. I have no reason to. Man, I have no idea where they went. Hunter's hat. Oh, there they are. Here's one. I don't know where my other one's at. That's not good. I'll find it. But yeah, whenever Hunter says that it's hot, that's how I know it's hot. So that's one beauty about starting your own business, doing this, is you can make your own hours. And say, yeah, I'll do 3 a day or 2 a day, whatever it might be. If you want a day off, you can take a day off. You can reschedule people if you need to. It's just, overall, just such a good thing to be in. So I know not that long ago, I made a video of kind of the beginning processes of how to start your own headlight restoration business. I had some people reach out to me after that video was posted asking, okay, you said like how to start it, but you didn't say like how to actually, start it. Like, what do I do? And, I try to be as nice as I can. I can't do everything, guys. I can't, show you every aspect of this business. I mean, I can, which I've tried to, but it's not rocket science. A lot of people will think that this is, I'll buy the kits and I've watched all your videos and the first weekend I start, I'll do 20 vehicles. That's not how it works. People tend to forget this is still a business, and a very good majority of businesses fail just because people don't have the right guidance. They don't know where to begin. They don't know how to start. So what I always stress to you guys whenever I first started, it was a grind, like heavy grind. I mean, waking up at 2 a.m., putting out yard signs all over the county, stopping at every store, automotive shop that I could find, calling people, emailing people. So while the labor itself is very easy, getting the business when you first start is what's a little harder. So that's kind of the barrier to entry. That's what is going to determine if you deserve it. Are you going to put enough work in to get the customers to be rewarded with a low labor, high income job? If that makes sense. So it's like, okay, he's out here, or they're out here for for girls too, if you're into this. If you're out here putting out yard signs, grinding it out, making your phone calls, paying your dues, you deserve to be rewarded with new work, or you deserve to do this. That's the barrier to entry. So it's not easy when you first start, but when you get to a point where you've been around for so long, work just comes organically. Friends tell neighbors, oh, I had my headlights restored. Eventually you'll get to that point where everybody knows about you. So the work comes easily. Alright, so using the Next Gen Headlight Solutions Clear Coat. I do have a coupon in the description for $15 off, SRH. Gonna sand it to 600, no polishing, no wipes, no nothing. Gonna do a little test spurt, make sure it's coming out okay. See, it comes out vertical, so about 4 inches from the light. Just fix this little spot right here. About 4 to 5 inches from the light, and just a 50% overlap. And you can see there's a lot of flash off, so we're going to let that dry. So, it's about 15 minutes pretty much per light. I'm talking a lot, and obviously I'm driving, or I'm walking back and forth. I could have had him pull it, turn it around and sit here, but I'm not super stressed about that. Not super stressed about that because, you know, people comment, oh, you know, you should just have them pull it behind or anything like that. At the end of the day, I'm making around $100 an hour doing this, so you don't have to squeeze out every single minute. I think I left the water bottle over there. I think I did. So you can see it's starting to dry. You can see there's still a lot of flash off right here, so. But you can see how easily it comes off, just super easy. And as I said, compared to a 2K clear, you'll be out here for hours. But yeah, some people, just going back to the people reaching out about starting a business, they'll ask about doing an LLC, do I need insurance? And the answer is, I would recommend it. Just because you're first starting, you're going to make mistakes, and stuff happens, you know. I've said it before in the past, if human hands are involved, accidents will happen. And I actually have a story to tell, which I'm going to tell in a different video, about a customer that I did a restoration for, and this was recently, that just went crazy on me. And again, it's for another video. It's one of those situations where I'd have to get on a mic and talk about it. Just a crazy scenario. Something I've never been in the position of in the years that I've been doing this business. But insurance, all that stuff, it's good to have, because again, say I'm doing a Porsche, right? Those are like $4,500 a headlight. Now, I'm never concerned about breaking a headlight. I'm not using, oh, that was 400, so I gotta finish with 6. I'm never ever concerned about breaking a headlight. That's not the issue you're gonna run into. Now, if you're using power tools, that's a different story. You could really burn the light. You can eat through the light, make it very thin, weak. At that point, yeah, you might be responsible for replacing the headlight itself. But to me, hand sanding, I know the right grits to start with to get it done fast. I'm never going to run into that issue of breaking a headlight. The issue that I'll run into is pulling out paint. Now, that's an issue you'll run into as well. And, you know, people knock me about using blue tape. It does not matter what tape you're using. You could use the most sensitive tape in the world. if the paint is weak on the vehicle, you're going to pull it up. You can brush up on it with your hand and the paint can flake off. So what you need to be prepared for, more so, is in the event that you pull up tape or pull up paint. And that is where you want to have insurance. You want to have two things. You want to have insurance, and you want to be an LLC, because if you are an LLC, it's protecting your assets, or you're protecting yourself. So an LLC, for some of you who don't know, and again, I'm not a professional, or I don't know, I'm not a lawyer or anything like that. So if somebody were to sue me, they can only sue what the business owns, the business assets. They can't sue me for my house or my car or anything like that. That's what an LLC, it's a limited liability company, meaning you're liable, but there's limitations to it. So if you go out and you do a restoration and you pull up paint on a bumper or something of like a Porsche or a Range Rover, something high end, I mean, it can really be anything, you're going to be responsible for that. And if you don't have a connection, meaning you haven't went to a body shop and talked to them and say, hey, I know in the future this might happen, so I wanted to see if we can work out a deal or something, that's one thing I do recommend. You want to have a body shop on your side, which luckily I do. And you can even barter, saying, hey, we'll do a few headlight restorations for free for you and your customers, for a discount or a whatever when the time comes, if the time comes. I mean, I hope that you guys never run into that situation, but as I said, it could happen. And in the event that happens, you 100% want to be covered. You want to make sure that you don't have any issues. You're not coming out a lot out of pocket. So that's one other reason why I like to hand sand, is because I don't have to worry about so much as breaking the light or anything. You're not using an insane amount of pressure, which if you break a headlight with the pressure that you're using, you need to chill out. You need to slow down. See, like right now it's 8:45 and it's starting to get pretty hot. You can see there's haze on the inside, which is very common on these. This is an old vehicle, so obviously there's going to be just a slight tint. Just old age. So yeah. Insurance, LLC. Insurance is cheap. I think we pay $78 a month. And we have like $1 million blanket. So it's so much, it's just cheap. It's too cheap to not have, just in case. You'd be the most careful person in the world, but as I said, if you walk up here and it's an older vehicle, you inspect it and you say, hey, this is going to pull up paint, you never know how the customer's going to react. So it's just better to have it. It's just like health insurance, Pray you never need it, but when you need it, pray you have it. It's one of those situations. So again, I'm not telling you guys, just making a recommendation based on my experience. I think I've told you guys the story before, but how I got to connect with my guys, my body shop, was I pulled up paint on an older Lexus, which I've learned that these Lexuses are known for. The paint is very weak on the bumper, and I ended up bartering with them. They just got a Porsche that had terrible headlight, like the micro cracking, everything. So they were like, it wasn't even me that made the suggestion. They were like, hey, we'll we'll paint this bumper for you if you restore the headlights on the Porsche for free. And man, I could not have said yes faster. Because they know that, you know, the headlights to replace those, or the cost to replace those headlights is not cheap. Porsche headlights. So, and the cost of doing the paint job, it's really just labor. So thank God, oh man, thank God that situation turned out good for me. And we have a really good relationship. So they send me work all the time. Jesus. I don't even know where that bird's at, man. I like to put it by the hood just so it warms up a little bit. That can help with the flash off. So, while you're out dropping off cards and all that, body shops are one of the best spots to drop it off, because a lot of times you'll have like two hazy headlights, the customer gets into a car accident and they replace one light because it's broken, but they're not going to replace the other due to the oxidation, because it's considered cosmetic. If it's still functioning, they're not going to pay to replace it. So that's when they call us. And we charge $75 to do one headlight, because you still have to drive. You know, it's no different. And on average, we're saving, what, 15 minutes? If we're only doing one light. Still the same drive time, still the same prep and all that. Let's get a little bit right here. I actually had a company reach out to me about this tape. They're like, hey, we're gonna send you some tape. We want you to try it out. If you want to offer it to your viewers or your customers or whatever, that'd be great. Blah blah blah. So they sent me a bunch of this yellow tape, and it sucks, man. It freaking sucks. Terrible. It is so weak. I'll be peeling it up and it'll tear, so there's stuff lodged in the corners and all that. They're probably watching this, and I apologize, but I'm not gonna recommend something that I personally don't like to use. I'm just using it because I have so much. I don't want to waste it. And as I said, one of the most expensive aspects of this business is the tape. Tape is expensive. You can get it in like the rolls. You can get like more of a discount, but that is one thing. So whenever somebody said, hey, I'm gonna send you some free tape, you could try it out, and I was like, yeah, send it over. But not if it's gonna make my job a little harder. No thanks. Alright, so this side is obviously gonna dry a lot faster since it's more in the sun. That right there's just from the alcohol. That's no problem. So you can see there's burn marks right here on the inside. So for any headlight, and a manufacturer is not going to test this because they just don't have the time. In this spot right here, and it's on any headlight, when it's in front of the main headlight, the main bulb, that bulb is constantly heating up this inside of the lens. So this particular area is going to become very weak. So that's why you can see it's starting to have a little problems on the inside. Like I see a lot of the halogen headlights do that because it's just too powerful for the lens, for the headlight, so it burns it. But alright, let's take a look. Alright, so here's the finished product. You can see that area I was mentioning. You can see it's just a little bit of haze right there. Again, that's on the inside. It's technically micro cracking because it's getting very, very weak. This side still drying. Looks like there's a little damage, which is right here on the inside. It's kind of strange because there's a little piece right there, but overall 10 times better. You can see the internal haze right here. I think that's from the heat of the engine, but I'm not sure. But overall, 10 times better. Thanks for watching.